guys, DJ here. I'm starting back on to the Attorney Trilogy. We're cross-examining Dahlia about the incident that happened 5 years ago. Did you and Mr. Falls have a relationship? Yes, as a tutor. You were tutoring him, Mr. Falls. No, of course not. Don't be ridiculous. Mr. Falls came to the house to tutor me. That makes sense. 5 years ago, she was only 14. She probably came up with the kidnapping plan during that time. The Hawthorns are in the jewelry trade and are quite wealthy, you see. Quite the clever fellow, that Mr. Falls. Did I hear him right? Did he just call Mr. Falls a clever fellow? I heard the diamond is valued in the neighborhood of $2 million? $2 million? It was still uncut, so it was about the size of a pint of milk. A $2 million pint of milk? I don't know what to think about that. The defendant demanded that her sister, Valerie, make the exchange. Not as a detective, of course, but as an individual. By the way, I want to ask you, Mr. Edgeworth, why do you think he wanted to make the exchange up there on the mountain? If he ever got surrounded, it'd be hard to escape. There's one thing the kidnapper wants to prevent, and that's police involvement. In a place like that, it would be easy to tell if he was being followed. With only one entrance to the mountain, he was ensuring his safety. No particularly clever man that Mr. Falls is. Yeah, right. It was all your plan. Anyway, Valerie brought the diamond to the mountain and... That was a dangerous thing to do considering you were being held hostage. Yes, but... Actually, that saved my life. What do you mean? You see, Mr. Falls was holding a knife in his right hand. Somehow I just knew he was going to use it. I knew he was going to use that knife to kill me. That's why my sister shot him. It was to save me. I'd like to hear more about what happened right at that moment. Well, when Mr. Falls was shot in the right arm, he let go of me. I was dazed. I turned to try and run away, but Mr. Falls turned to grab me as well. As I ran past, he and I locked eyes for a second, and he gave me a large, bloodthirsty grin. You couldn't turn to run anywhere. In this picture, anyways. Bloodthirsty grin. And in the next instant... I advise the court to remember that the river is 18 feet deep and incredibly swift. I was a strong swimmer, but I was knocked down. When I came to, I'd been carried away by the river to a strange place. I'll never forget that day. The crumbling bridge, nowhere to run. Then just one little shove from behind. That was it. Before my sister could catch me, I fell into the river. And that's why you hid your identity? Yes. I only told my sister. Valerie Hawthorne? Yes, she's the only one who knew about me. Meanwhile, legally, this witness has been deceased for 5 years. I didn't ever want something like that to happen to me again. And that new identity was Melissa Foster, right? Yes, my sister helped me get the official paperwork taken care of. That makes sense. Without an insider's help, doing all the paperwork would have been impossible. She was the only person left in the world I could count on. And you think I killed her? There's no way I could. It's a moment of truth for this witness, too. Once the truth about the staged kidnapping comes out, everyone in the court will know how much of a Jezebel she really is. I've just gotta prove that the kidnapping was a hoax. It's not really showing the statement she made about trying to turn and run away. But... You say that Mr. Falls pushed you into the Eagle River. However, that's hard to believe. But it's true! I felt a push on my back. I'm certain of it. It was Mr. Falls. I'm sorry. I guess I wasn't clear enough. I shouldn't have said that's hard to believe. I should have said that's impossible. Impossible? I asked that the court recall the condition of Dusky Bridge now and 5 years ago. That bridge hasn't changed one bit in these last 5 years. If someone had pushed you from behind, as you claimed, instead of being carried away by the river, you would have been smashed by the bedrock below. A most certain death. Do you understand now, Dahlia Hawthorne? The very notion that my client pushed you from behind is impossible. Your Honor, this event occurred 5 years ago. Why, for all we know, the water level in the river may have been higher back then. But it's a 40 feet drop from the bridge to the river. A small change in the water level wouldn't have made a difference. You're right. If the events occurred just as the witness had testified, then the defendant couldn't have pushed the witness into the river. Young lady, what is the meaning of this? You see, Just a moment, Your Honor. It's true that the witness testified that the defendant pushed her into the river. However, she never stated that she fell from the back end of the bridge. What do you mean? After being shot in the arm, it's possible that Mr. Falls panicked. And therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. If that's true, she would have fallen into the river. Well, Miss Hawthorne, is Mr. Edgeworth's explanation correct? Now that you mention it, I do remember now, when I fell off the bridge. My skirt got caught on one of the bridge's side wires. You can't be serious! Order in the court. It seems Miss Faye's assault has finally reached its conclusion. Not now, Mia. This is no time to retreat. Unfortunately for you, this is just the start of Miss Faye's assault. What? I believe your reasoning went something like this, Mr. Edgeworth. After being shot in the arm, it's possible that Mr. Falls panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. However, once again, I'm forced to say that's impossible. Ridiculous! What's so impossible about it? Because your flawed logic contradicts the court record. Does it? Yeah, they might as well get rid of this, because we know this is her. To be honest. This evidence shows the fatal error you've made. It's a fatal error, alright? Unfortunately, the error is yours, not mine. Uh-oh, here it comes. Miss Faye, at this point in the trial, I can't just let that pass. Ouchie. There. I am an idiot. Your Honor, all of the answers are right here in this photo. Take a look at the wires supporting both sides of the bridge. They extend up to about 5 feet off the ground. It would be impossible to push someone off from there. But let's remember the size and strength of the defendant. Wires like this wouldn't be a problem for him. He could have easily picked up a 14-year-old girl and thrown her over. So young and already so forgetful, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Falls had been shot in the right arm. And more importantly, Valerie Hawthorne had her gun trained on him at point-blank range. So, Mr. Falls throwing the witness off the bridge? That is clearly impossible. Order! Order! What is the meaning of this? Dahlia Hawthorne, you jumped into the Eagle River intentionally. What is this? Indeed, what do you mean by such ridiculous remark? Yes, it's ridiculous. My sister was there to help me. She had her gun and handcuffs. She could have saved me. Jumping into a raging river like that would have been suicide. Perhaps, but still, that's exactly what you did. You were probably confident that you could handle the swift current. But even more so, the witness had a much more compelling reason for jumping into the river. Then what was it? What was so important that she'd want to jump into the river? The witness is still alive. This fact alone explains everything. This is why she risked her life by jumping into the rapids of the Eagle River. A diamond. 5 years ago, something else disappeared along with Dahlia that day. The item that Valerie brought up to the mountain with her. The $2 million diamond. No, it can't be. Yes, Dahlia had it all planned from the very beginning. The $2 million, she was going to keep it all for herself. She forced Mr. Falls to help her fake the kidnapping. At the last minute, she betrayed him and threw herself into the river, with the ransom tucked away safely in her backpack. simply ridiculous. Order, order, order! Your Honor, 5 years ago, the witness was only 14 years old. Do you really think a 14-year-old is capable of such a demonic plan? This woman is a demon! And there was one more person who helped make a demon out of her. Her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. You mean the victim was involved in the kidnapping plot as well? But she was a detective then. You're saying she participated in her sister's kidnapping? Precisely. I'm sure that it weighed heavily on her conscience for the past 5 years. This is the sole reason behind the victim's murder. What do you mean by that? On the day of the murder, after receiving the phone call from Mr. Falls, Valerie called her sister Dahlia. And then she told her what she was planning to do. Planning to do? She was going to tell the whole truth, as she wrote in her note. That is what sealed Valerie Hawthorne's fate. That is when you hatched your demonic plan to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. A plan that would ensure neither of your accomplices to the kidnapping would talk. And that is why you killed your sister Valerie Hawthorne. Who was that? I forgot to sound like this. Forgive me, it's just hilarious. Witness? Is that you? You amuse me, woman. Miss Mia Fey. You can certainly weave an exciting tale. Naturally. You have the evidence to back it up, don't you? Evidence? Evidence that I planned the kidnapping, of course. That at 14, I plotted it with Mr. Falls and my sister. Well, And one more thing. What happened to the $2 million diamond? If you can't provide evidence to at least show that. Well, Miss Fey, I don't know. What a joke. You, Miss Fey. Are you stupid or something? How can I prove a fake kidnapping that happened 5 years ago? I don't even have decisive proof that Valerie Hawthorne's murder. Well, it seems that we've come to the end. To be honest, the witness's behavior does raise certain suspicions. However, I'm forced to reject the assertions made by the defense. Of course you are. Is this it? Is it really over? That girl made a fool of me and there's nothing I can do about it. Without evidence, the trial's over? Who decided that? Mr. Armando! Come on now, kitten. How'd you figure it out that you can make your own rules? For example, even if there's no evidence, there's still testimony. Testimony? On the day in question, Dahlia Hawthorne murdered her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. She hid her body in the trunk of Mr. Falls' stolen car, and then went to meet with him. Disguised as her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. That's what you think, right? Yes, that's right. In that case, there's only one answer, right? There's only one person left who can testify about Valerie Hawthorne's murder. Since there's no proof, there's only one thing left to do. Who's the one person who can testify that... Is this a good idea? Is this really a good idea? People already have a bad view of this guy. They're not gonna believe him. They're gonna think he's making it up just to save his own ass. But unless we plan on doing the Krang channeling ritual to bring Valerie around, this is our only hope. Your Honor, the defense wishes to call a new witness. A new witness? Yes, we would like to hear the testimony of Terry Falls. The defendant? There's only one person that can shed any further light on the situation. Only one person that knows what Dahlia's role in the kidnapping was. Only one person that can say whether the person in the photo is Valerie Hawthorne, or whether it was in fact her younger sister Dahlia disguised as her. There's only one person who can solve this riddle once and for all. And that person is Terry Falls. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what is your take on this? Why not? The prosecution has no objection. Very well. Bailiff, bring the defendant to the witness stand. This is my last chance, Mr. Falls. My last chance to establish Dahlia's guilt. You're all I have left. Defendant, you've heard everything that's been said up to this point, yes? I don't believe it. No way. Dahlia died 5 years ago. Valerie betrayed me. Mr. Falls, I don't know what she said to you 5 years ago, but one thing is clear. Dahlia is very much alive. And you were used for $2 million. That's not true. Mr. Falls, there's only one question I want the answer to. 2 days ago on Dusky Bridge, who did you meet? Was it Valerie Hawthorne, or was it Dahlia Hawthorne? Dahlia, did you betray me? This poor guy. 5 years ago she promised never ever betray each other. Terry? Dahlia, it's true. You are alive. You don't trust me anymore? That makes me sad. Tell the truth, the real truth. I believed in you. I shouldn't need to say it. You should already know. But there is one thing that I will say. My life is in your hands right now, Terry. Yeah. I will allow Mr. Falls to testify once and once only. Well then, Mr. Falls, yours will be the final testimony in this trial. Witness? Yay! I'm sorry! I apologize! Water. Please, water. Can't talk. Need water. Oh, guess I'll have to be my coffee instead. At least it'll match the way he's probably feeling right now. Darker and bitterer than hell itself. That day, 4 p.m., I stopped the car. I was in front of the bridge. She wasn't there, so I waited on the bridge. I watched my car from bridge. I never put no body in that car. Finally, one woman came. She stood in front of me. We talked. Then she left. That was Valerie, not my Dahlia. Mr. Falls, you're covering for her. Do you think she would do the same for you? That's enough, Miss Faye. His last statement was a fitting way to end the final testimony of the trial. Well then, Miss Faye, please proceed with your cross-examination. Is this how you want it to end, Mr. Falls? Another guilty verdict to go along with your death sentence? There's only one person who can stop it. You, kitten. I think. Thanks for the vote of confidence. According to the note, the meeting was supposed to take place at 4:30. You certainly arrived early, didn't you? It was raining, already dark too. You waited on the bridge for 30 minutes. Mr. Falls? Eagle Mountain, that spot. Strong memories. Why did he just clam up? Could it be he's hiding something here? Sorry about that. You were quite early, so you waited on the bridge, correct? Yeah, I like waiting. I'm used to it. I'm sure he is. Bieber boy waited 5 years to ask a single question. To find out why a woman betrayed him. To him, 30 minutes must have been like a blink of an eye. You were watching the car. That bridge. Other side is broken. Nobody can come from there. So, I was watching car. What else were you expecting him to do? I suppose that's the obvious thing to do, but... something's bothering me. Getting that feeling. A contradiction? I wonder what's on the other side of the broken bridge anyway. No one lives there. There's a small shrine up in the mountain, but that's it. Anyway, nobody came. No car. Nothing. Mr. Falls, think carefully now. Are you certain that it was Valerie Hawthorne? I never lie. It's the truth. I was Valerie. I remembered her face. Wait a minute. If you had remembered her face, then why did you make her wear a scarf as an identification? Sorry. I told a little lie. But the woman I met, she was different from the woman standing here now. She was different. It was Valerie. What did you talk to her about anyway? Mr. Falls! Valerie told the truth about the kidnapping 5 years ago. She said someone needed to take the blame for it. That was all I could think to do. She said that. That's why she lied. Got me the death penalty. And were you satisfied with that answer, witness? Dahlia died. It was my fault. But I don't really remember. Maybe I did. Maybe I did push her in. It don't matter no more. Either way, my Dahlia, my sweet teen angel, dead. But you just saw that she isn't dead! After Valerie talked to me on bridge, nothing left to live for. How can you be so sure? It was raining at the time, and sunset that day was at 5 o'clock. It would have already been pretty dark on that mountain at 4:30. Please, Mr. Falls, this is your last chance. You've already taken the fall once for something you didn't do. That woman. It wasn't Dahlia. Stop right there. What more needs to be said? Even if it means a death penalty. Even if it means taking the blame for murder. You'll still do whatever is necessary to protect her, won't you, Mr. Falls? I know it's obvious, but he's clearly lying. He's been cursed by Dahlia Hawthorne. He'll probably go to his grave still believing in her. Mr. Falls, even if you can show he's lying, the poor guy will still be cursed. You'll still have to point out the contradiction anyway. That's the curse of being a defense lawyer, I guess. But look at where they're positioned. So when you got to the bridge, no one had arrived, huh? So you waited on the bridge. You're sure of that? Yeah, I'm sure. You're sure, huh? Well then, I'm sure too, Mr. Falls. I'm sure that you're lying. Oh, I would love to hear your rationale on this, Miss Faye. You want to know who arrived at the bridge first? Just look at this photo. It's perfectly clear. Obviously, the person that came first would be the one at the end of the bridge, right? But that's the victim at the end of the bridge. Precisely my point. In other words, Mr. Falls, you must have arrived at the bridge after she did. Oof. Mr. Falls? Please don't get so worked up. We just want the truth. I got there around 4 o'clock. It's true. I had somewhere to go. A special place. Did you go to the special place before you went to the bridge? Yeah. It's an old temple about 15 minutes from the bridge. 5 years ago, me and Dahlia, we promised each other. We swore we wouldn't betray each other. She brought a memento to represent our love. A memento? 5 years ago, I hid it under the base of the tree there. It's the same bottle that held the poison that killed Diego. It's a special memory for me. This is it. This is what I want to get. This little bottle and a necklace is your memento. It's quite charming. But it looks empty. Your Honor, you heard what my client said. He arrived at the scene at 4 o'clock. But he then left his car unattended and walked away. He was gone for approximately 30 minutes. With that much time, Dahlia Hawthorne could have easily hidden the body in the trunk of his car. Indeed, there certainly was enough time for it. I've still got a chance. Mr. Falls, there's no mistaking it. Mr. Falls? Blood? Blood. Why blood? That's enough. Please. Witness? I promised her 5 years ago. If it ever happens that we can't trust each other no more, then... Oh God, you drank the poison in there, didn't you? We're supposed to drink bottle. No! Stop the trial! Your Honor! We need a recess! I was stupid. Couldn't keep promise. So I did it. I drank this. No! We're so close! Just a little more! I'm going to prove your innocence! No. Don't want that. Don't trust self. Maybe kill again. Kill sweet Dahlia again. Mr. Falls! Mr. Armando. Thanks for the coffee. Mr. Falls! And so my first trial ended. Suddenly and tragically. It ended with no winners, only losers. I ended up with a wound that cut so deep into my soul I thought it'd never heal. I'm sure it was the same for the young prosecutor as well. But one person, the true criminal, Dahlia Hawthorne, she left the courtroom with a secret smile on her demonically sweet face. Unforgivable. That witch. Mr. Armando! We were so close to the truth. It was right there in front of us. You were just a little too soft, kitten. It's my fault. It's all my fault that Mr. Falls killed himself. Don't cry, kitten. You're going to make my coffee all salty. I knew it. I knew I wasn't cut out for this. Mia. Don't you get it? You can't cry yet. The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all a bandage? Bandages? First aid? Hello? Mr. Armando. matter how tough the case, no matter how bitter the memories, they always fade over time. Then you file them away and eventually forget them. One year later in this very same courthouse, I myself got wrapped up in that case. Only after that did Dahlia Hawthorne get put on trial for her crimes. The verdict that was ultimately handed down to her was guilty, of course. Naturally, when the verdict was read, she had a perfect angelic smile on her face. It was finally all over. At least that's what I thought at the time. Unfortunately, I couldn't have been more wrong. It's been 5 years, and now something has happened that's made me remember all this. What, does this woman kill every 5 years? What the hell? Is she the creeper from Jeepers Creepers? Okay. Episode 5. Bridge Turnabout. Shita, the treasured Korean village heirloom, whose name means 7 branches, 7-branched sword. It is said that the sacred sword represents life itself. Though the branches may appear to be infinite, the choice is limitless. Like our destinies, the sword comes to but one end, one merciless point. And when the silver cord, the fragile thread that binds us to this world, is severed, the illusion is revealed and the implacability of fate is finally laid bare. Hey, Nick! Yeah? What is it? You know I've got a spiritual powers unlike you. Sure. You're a spirit medium after all. But just like you, if I don't keep my powers sharp, they get dull, right? I guess so. Yeah. Glad you agree. Okay, Pearly, you're up. Pearls? So, that's why we need to go to the special spiritual hotspot tour, Mr. Nick. I'm lost. What's this magazine you're shoving in my face? It's the New Year's issue of Oh Cult! Winter Spiritual Locations Special. I don't like... Oh, Rose looks so happy. Maximize your spiritual powers with just one night of intensive training. Oh, it sounds too good to be true. I'll say. Sounds more like a scam to me. It's a spiritual retreat called Hazakura Temple. It's way up in the mountains, and I bet it's nice and cold. Just perfect for training. Now I definitely don't want to go. You know, I think I've heard of this temple before. It's a famous channeling dojo. It's hard for even real spirit mediums like us to make reservations up there. Reservations? For a temple? Are you serious? Don't worry, I already made special reservations just for us. Yeah. And I signed up for the special course. That's nice. And the timing couldn't be better. Since we don't have a case right now anyway. Alrighty then, it's settled. Well, come on, don't just stand there. Start packing your stuff. Yes, Mr. Nick, you'd better start packing your stuff. Huh? Me? Why do I have to go? Well, we have to be accompanied by someone over 20 years old. Hey, I don't have anything to do with spirit power. The only thing I can channel is a TV. So, is there a heated pool at this Hazakura temple? No, but you can stand under a freezing waterfall. Sorry, but I think I'll pass. I hate cold places. What? No way! How can you be so selfish? Come on, Mr. Nick. Look at this place. Doesn't it look beautiful? Nope, not going. I'm gonna be nice and toasty at home. What the? What is it, Mr. Nick? Let me see that magazine. This nun. Is she a friend of yours or something, Nick? This girl. It's Dahlia Hawthorne. My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I just want to say it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. Honestly, how can any woman ever count on you for anything? You disgust me. But it can't be. She was found guilty and should still be in prison. Mr. Nick? I'll go. Huh? Hazakura Temple. I said I'll go. Yay! Isn't that great, Pearly? Yes! Oh, thank you, Mr. Nick. You do anything for Mystic Maya, right? Even walk over burning coals. I don't think we'll go that far. Dahlia Hawthorne. I knew there was no way she could possibly be at the temple. But I just had to see... I just had to see for myself who this nun really was. It's so cold here, Nick. Maybe you should put on something warmer for a change. Oh, well, it's supposed to be cold. It's raining. Her teeth are chattering so loudly, it's all I can make out of what she's saying. Wow, Mystic Maya! So this is the famous Hazakura Temple. Pearly. Well. How nice to see you here. Welcome to our temple. Oh, thank you. Oh, my. Thank you for coming all this way. Come now. You must have been cold. You must be cold. What's with the past? We're high up in the mountains after all. In any case, we shouldn't speak here. Please, follow me inside. Thank you. I was starting to think I would put... Oh, yes, I almost forgot to introduce myself. I am the head nun at the temple. My name is My name is Bikini. Okay, sure. Bikini? That's right. Actually, that's my temple name. What do you think? I think you should fire the person who gives out these nun names. It's a tradition to have one, and I wanted something that has a nice image to it. I don't want to picture you in a bikini. No offense. So I thought, why not choose a bikini? Besides, it makes me seem younger. It certainly does. Oh, I signed up for your special course. Oh, my. Quite brave of you considering how cold it is. Young people can be so reckless with their health. Don't blame me if you become one with those you channel. Reckless? Wahaha. Maybe you should take it easy tonight, Mystic Maya. We can come back another day. But you went through all that trouble to get reservations for... Yes, that's right. You've come all this way, so please, enjoy yourselves. There's still time before supper, so why don't you have a look around? I will. So what's a channeling dojo anyway? Oh, my. You don't even know that? Forgive him, sister, for he knows not what he is saying. Well, just call me Bikini and forget that sister part. A channeling dojo is basically a spiritual power training ground. We have special holy items prepared here to help people boost their spiritual power. Holy items? If you train an entire evening surrounded by these items, it's quite mysterious. The spiritual power of these items seems to envelop you. Wow, she must have just gone off the trolley from the land of make-believe. So what exactly is the special? You must be incredibly devoted to be interested in that in such a young age. It's a training session where you sit on a block of spirit ice and chant a spell. 30,000 times, all while being showered in freezing cold spirit water. Huh? It's February now, right? You have to be careful this time of year. If you don't watch it, you'll catch pneumonia or maybe die of hypothermia. So be careful, you hear? How am I supposed to be careful? Oh no. I knew I shouldn't have signed Mystic Maya up for this. The other sister. About this picture. Well, look at that. I must say I look rather divine here, don't you think? Oh, yeah. Unforgettable in every way. You mean it? Oh, I knew it. The makeup was pretty tough, but Iris helped me out. So that's the name she's going by now. Iris? The cute little girl in the photo. She looks just like me, doesn't she? We're just a small temple here, so she and I run the entire place. Really? That kind of sounds... Sorry to cut in, but... This Iris? Where is she right now? Oh, just listen to you. You haven't come all the way up just to find a girlfriend, have you? No. That's not what I had in mind at all. Anyway, Iris is in the inner temple preparing for this evening. Inner temple? Yes, that's right. Iris will be back this evening. Why don't you go have a look at the main hall for now? So she's in the inner temple, huh? Oof, suspension bridge. The main hall. I think it's even colder in here. Miss Nick, do you smell that? It smells like meat and gravy. Yeah, you're right. I guess it's pot roast for tonight. Yum. Weird. I thought there was something a little more, well, traditional. What are you talking about, Nick? You think monks and nuns just sit around eating rice gruel all the time? Miss Maya is right. I hope there's mashed potatoes too. I love mashed potatoes. What a cute little acolyte. Greetings to all of you. Oh, hello. Wow, this thing makes Maya look like a 6.8 out of 10 on the weirdness scale. Your outfit. Did you come here for the special course too? Unfortunately, no. Actually, I'm... You're Mr. Lee's Donim? Yes, that's right. You know of me? My name is Prof. I'm your biggest fan. Who is she, Nick? I see it now. Zawadi, a fortune teller. Please never say that again. I've got all your books, Mr. Nim. What a sweet thing to say. And please, call me Elise. Books? Mr. Nick, don't you know anything? Don't you even know who this is? Well, an author, maybe? Yes, and an illustrator. Of picture books. Picture books, huh? Oh, now I get it. I'm sorry, I didn't know who you are. I don't get a lot of chances to really enjoy picture books. It's alright. I take no offense to that. My books are nothing but simple stories for children. And really beautiful pictures too, Miss Elise. Your books always make me feel as if my heart has been purified. It makes me feel very happy to hear you say that. I do have to admit, she certainly seems like a kind, sensitive lady. Miss Elise won an award last year for her book, The Magic Bottle. Yes, a friend of mine secretly submitted a story I had written to a publisher. And they liked it so much that they asked if it was alright to make it into a book. Wow, must have been a really great story. Maybe I should try to write a children's book too. If I do, you can secretly send it to a publisher for me, Nick. Recently, I've accepted a sort of apprentice, you might say. An apprentice. He calls himself Loris. Loris Donim. I believe he's off doing some landscape sketches now. On Loris's behalf as well, I'd like to thank you for your support. Of course, Miss Elise! Anything for you! Why did you come to Hazakura Temple, Miss Elise? Are you here to do some spiritual training? No, that's not it. I'm actually here to gather materials for a new book I'm working on. Wow! I can't wait to read it! Pearls is completely taken with her. I wanted to do a book with a more Japanese feel to it this time. So, is that why you're dressed like you are? The children have a certain image of me in their minds. I don't want to disappoint them. What can I say? She's really a sweet lady. Wow, Miss Elise, you're dressed up like a mountain nun. Yes, but the good people here were kind enough to let me borrow this. I'm wearing training clothes underneath my robe as well. I want a staff like that. You like the crystal sphere? It's real amethyst, you know. Maybe we'll find one like that up here on this mountain. Good luck, Nick! Now you'll find me one. Well, you'll have to excuse me now. I have to go help with the dinner preparations. Wow, you mean you're cooking dinner tonight? That's right. Would you like to help too, Pearl? Yes, I want to help whatever I can! Pearl looks like she just won the lottery. Oh, I'll help too then. No, it's fine. Please don't worry about it. Feel free to relax and explore the area with your friend. Huh? But... Oh, yes. Please, take this. I think it will be of help to you. It's a map. It's a map of the area. We wouldn't want you to get lost now, would we? The inner temple. There it is, on the other side of the bridge. Well, if you insist, I guess we'll take the chance to go and check out the other temple. Okay, I'll see you two later then. Remember, you're not allowed to fight. Come on, Nick, let's go. At least we'll stay warm if we keep moving. Huh, where did Sister Bikini go? I guess she went to the inner temple to help that other nun out. Oh, right. I think her name is Iris? Yeah, that was it. I want to find out who Iris really is, but I'm scared of what I'll find. Dusky Bridge, Heavenly Hall, and a phone. Wow, look at this broken down old bridge, Nick. Yeah, and look at that big canyon below us. Hey, there's a river down there. It looks like it's flowing really fast. Oh shit. What's wrong, Nick? You look like you've seen a ghost. I'm just not very good with heights. Oh. Hey, I've got it! Maybe you should face your fears and try hurling yourself off the... No. You know, 1, 2, 3, jump. It might just be what you need to get over your fear of heights. Girl, if this is where I think we are, that is Eagle River, and there is no way he would survive. Yeah, that is a real good way to overcome phobias, alright? Anyway, sure looks like a rickety bridge. Can't argue there. That's probably why it's called Dusty Bridge. Read it again, Maya. It says Dusky Bridge. Well, it's practically the same thing. Anyway, the Inner Temple is just up ahead, right? So let's go and check it out. Ugh. Why isn't there another way across? I want to... Can't believe there's a public phone here. Who would ever use it? The people who live here, I guess. I doubt they have any real phones here. Yeah, but it looks like a 20-minute walk here from the main hall. It would have been smarter of them to build the main hall here, don't you think? Maybe you should work on channeling someone who makes logical sense, Maya. Whoa. That bridge was shaking like jello in an earthquake. And at least half of the wood on the rickety bridge was rotting, I bet. Not to mention the last part only had like one board left on it. What's wrong with you? Your face is all green. Can you not pick on me for a second? I'm still trying to get over the shock that we made it safely across that death trap. Yeah, I guess I'm a bit surprised too. Yikes! That temple is in bad shape. Looks like it could collapse at any time. I guess people don't use it too often. Is this really where you're going to train tonight? That has to be it. It's kind of creepy around here. Like a ghost might jump out at you or something. Spare medium afraid of ghosts. Isn't that ironic, don't you think? We're in a prison. This is the elite of fucking solitary confinement. Man, look at this place. It's just a tiny freezing cold room. So this is where you'll both be training, huh? Huh? What do you mean both? I'm the only one. Really? But I thought... Pearlie's just a little kid. She can handle this kind of intense training. So says the girl who can barely get her... who I could barely hear over her teeth chattering. Anyway, the real training room must be behind that door over there. Yep. Definitely getting the feeling it's back there. Even I can sense that there's something supernatural about the cavern behind that door. Excuse me, but who are you? You're... Hi there! We're just looking around since we're going to be staying here tonight. Is something wrong? No, it's nothing. I wonder why she spaced out like that. Don't you, Nick? Did you say something, Maya? Not you too, Nick. My name is Iris. I'm one of the nuns here at this temple. I'm Maya Fey. It's a pleasure to meet you. The pleasure is mine. Oh, please excuse me. I have some, chores to attend to. She sure is beautiful. And a bit spacey, I guess. I guess she's just not used to talking with urban sophisticates like us. Nick? That girl. It can't be, but... Where am I going? I should probably look around a bit. Look at this antique dresser. Wonder if there's anything valuable inside. Let's have a look. Nothing. Just a bunch of clothes. Hey, Nick. Huh? Oh, sorry. I was just thinking. Oh, about Iris, I bet. Looks like you've been bitten by the love bug, Nick. Probably not one who wants to be bitten by again. The actual training area must be on the other side of this door. I wonder what it's like. Phooey, it's locked. Come on, Nick. You know what you want to open it for me. I can't. You've been in a kind of bad mood lately, haven't you, Nick? Zvati! I know what it is. I-R-I-S. Iris and Nick, sitting in a tree. K-I-S-S-I-N-G. How old are... I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were Pearl's age. Any scroll. Doesn't look that old. What is it? Why did you scream like that? This scroll. It's my mother. What? It's Misty Faye, the master of the Crane's School of Channeling. Are you sure? Yes. That crest at the top of the scroll. That's the special mark of the master of our tradition. So that's what the mark means. What is it? Nothing. It's just that I last saw her over 15 years ago. If it wasn't for that crest, I wouldn't have even known it was her. My own mother. And I can't even recognize her face. Maya. What are they doing with this? Wonder if this temple has some sort of connection to the Faye family. I think it does, actually. Supposedly it was founded by a branch family member of the Crane School. I'll have to ask Bikini in more detail when I get the chance. About Maya, and the Faye family in general. What does this sign say? Hey, a half-open gate! That's practically a welcome mat. Yeah, except the sign here says, no entry. Nick? Rules are made to be broken, you know. You expect a lawyer to go along with that? Oh, come on! You're such an old lady sometimes. Let's just go! Don't blame it on me when Sister Bikini puts a curse on you. Now you've got me scared. Let's just forget about it, okay? Looks like there's something written on it. I can't read it. If I had to take a good guess, I'd say it says Inner Temple. What's the point of a sign if you can't read it? Must be tough for the mailman when he gets delivering here. I guess the sign is a good indication of how long this place has been here. It's just plants. Oh, wow! Look at these neat Buddha statues. Maybe I'll take one home with me. Maya? But there are so many. You wouldn't notice if I took just one. Are you kidding? Of course they'll notice. What are you gonna do with one of those anyway? Put it in the office, of course. We could trade that wooden statue in the office reception area for one of these. You know, come to think of it, where did that wooden statue come from anyway? Hey! There's a giant robot buried in the snow! Well, there's something buried in the snow, but I think it's an incinerator. Oh. But you've got to admit, it looks a lot like a robot. Sure. Anyway, I don't think it gets used much. It's looking pretty rusty. Hey, Nick, do you think this giant robo-incinerator can walk? I told you it's not a robot. It's not especially big either. You have no imagination. I thought it'd be real neat if you had to beat it to advance. Fight between a lawyer and an overgrown furnace? Who'd ever pay to see that? Well, I don't know. There's a game where you're facing off against a detective that specializes in puzzle, in like literal homework. So, and you tell me. Also, you're in one of the Marvel vs. Capcom games. That has plenty of odd things for you to fight against. I think one of the like the main antagonist for that is the Universe Eater from the Marvel comics. Why is his name escaping me? He's like as well known as fucking Thanos. Anyway, I don't care how much you pay me. I don't want to cross that bridge again. Well, we gotta go back. No worries, Nick. No one's offering you any money. That's because no reasonable person would call that pile of popsicle sticks a bridge. The latter half of it was nothing more than a few planks of wood and some string. Hey, if we want to get back, we've got no choice but to cross it again, you know? Maybe I'll just stay. I've always dreamed of living in a little shack in the woods. Wow, you really are scared, aren't you? Get your butt over there. Whew! We managed to make it across Dusty Bridge. Nick, you look green. Are you feeling alright? Hey, what's wrong with you? Ever since we met Sister Iris at the training hall, you've been really quiet. Huh? Oh, sorry. Hey, you, wait up! You think he's yelling at us? He must be. There's no one else around. Would you mind moving? You're standing right in my way. Larry? Excuse me for a second. Larry, why are you here? Why are you wearing that outfit? Why are you scamming that poor woman? Can you even draw? At least to the level that she would be at? To be her protege? Didn't even know you were interested in art. Hey, I know you! You're... Whoa! Sorry, go on! See ya! Hey, wait a minute! Oh, nice to meet you. I am Loris Donim. Liar, you're Larry. Your clothes may change, but you're still the butts. Shut up! I'm... Loris! And I just have to do it to get to Dusky Bridge. So it really is our Larry. Not that I get why he's pretending to be someone else. So, what are you doing with the last name Donim? Well, I wanted to start over again. With a clean slate. A clean slate? You remember, don't you? Last time? The Master case. After that, I started to realize I didn't like this guy I'd known as Larry Butts. And that's why I came across it. The Book of Destiny. The Book of Destiny? Do you mean... The Magic Bottle by Miss Elise Dunim? So beautiful. So moving. So gentle. Should I be surprised that Larry likes a children's book. Actually, saying that, I probably still enjoy some of the old children's books I grew up with. So I'm not really one to say anything. I probably still enjoy some of the old Spot books. Anyway, my heart felt cleansed. I was saved. Maybe I should buy a copy of the Magic Bottle. Wow, Larry would make a great book salesman. I really want to get that book now too. She's the most wonderful person I've ever met. I'd follow her anywhere. Well, she certainly is a very elegant lady. You see? Here's a photo I took of her in secret. And there's the creep. Still kind of a creep. Oh wait. Are you sure that was a secret? It looks like she's posing. Wow, that's a beautiful photo. You want a copy, don't you? It's okay. I just happen to have made extra prints. Still, it's kind of hard to imagine you as a picture book illustrator. To tell the truth, you must have some kind of ulterior motive, right? What are you talking about? I don't trust anyone anymore, especially not women. Talk about a bad case of denial. Anyway, can you even draw well enough to make a picture book? Art isn't only about technical skill, you know. It's also about having a pure heart. And that's why I'm asking. Can you draw well enough to make a whole book? I imagine it. I wonder. It looks like you still have some doubt in your heart. It's true, I do. But when I first saw her, I felt it. Something inside me ended and something else began. Oh, Larry. It sounds like you've fallen in love with Miss Elise Dunham. He's always been a skirt chaser. What's new? No, you're wrong. It's not her. It's the other girl, Iris. Other girl? Uh-oh. I got a bad feeling about this. I meant to hit profiles. You talking about this girl? Ooh, yeah, her, my little Iris. She's really pretty. This girl, she's perfect. She's exactly my type. I wonder if she would model for me. I want to draw a portrait of her. Yeah, you always liked those model types, didn't you, Larry? Hey, wait a sec. Didn't you say you were swearing off women? Yeah, that's right. Of course I have. I have, basically. But Iris is different. I feel like I still have one chance left at the dream. This guy will never change. Everyone! Hey, Burley! Dinner preparations are complete. Please come quickly to the main hall. Alright, I can't wait to dig in, Pearly. I'm going to go to the inner temple and call Sister Iris. I also want to have a look at where Mystic Maya is going to be training. Boy, am I stuffed. You sure it's alright to eat that much before your training? Well, this kind of training is a battle of endurance. Mystic Maya, please don't do anything that might put your health at risk. No pain, no gain, I guess. I'm so worried about you. Well, let's not dilly-dally, shilly-shally. You must get ready for tonight. Good luck, Maya. Alright, here I go. I'll see you all tomorrow. Wait. Oh. I have a theory that Elise is Misty. Also, why are Mia and Godot in here? We haven't seen him. And, well... Okay, so besides Elise possibly being Misty, I have two possible theories after going through the last case. Either Godot is somehow related to Diego Armando, or that is Diego Armando. Back from the depths of hell would certainly, but I don't understand why he would have a grudge against Phoenix. Like, he wasn't involved in that case. Why would he wouldn't have... Oh, maybe he knows about Mia and blames him for her dying? I don't know. I'm breaking my brain, and we're almost an hour and 10 minutes in. If I haven't broken my brain already by now. Alright, here I go. I'll see you all tomorrow, I guess. Iris, please ring the bell at 10 for lights out, alright? Yes, Sister Bikini. And then after you ring the bell, I want you to come join us at the training hall. I understand, Sister Bikini. Maya and Bikini seem really excited about this training thing tonight. Well, Pearl, what are you going to do tonight? Well, if you'd like, you could come to my room. Perhaps we can read some books together. Really? I'd love to! I'm not very good at reading. Well then, would you like to practice reading with me? I'd love to! Pearls is absolutely smitten with Miss Donim. So, Larry, what are you going to do? Huh? Me? Well, I'm just gonna head out of my room. I can't stand the cold at all. I totally hear you there. Miss Elise? So, for example, how do you read this? It says, gravely. That's kind of a tough word. Oh, okay. And what about this word? That's another tough one. It says, roast. What kind of book is she reading anyway? Well, I'm going to go wash the dishes and help clean up. I'll go visit you when I'm done, Miss Elise. Well, not much to do except to head to my room and huddle under the covers, I guess. It's a whole different type of cold up here in the mountains. Why couldn't the nearest bathroom be just a little closer to my room? Mr. Wright? Yeah! Oh! Mr. Nim, are you going to use the bathroom too? No, but... Have you seen Pearl? No, not since after dinner. I thought she said she was going to go to your room. I know, but she never showed up. I'm going to look for her. Excuse me. Miss Elise Nim, a woman as mysterious in origin as her last name. But the really mysterious one is... Oh. Sister Iris. Good evening. The really mysterious one is this girl. Are you on your way to the bathroom too, Mr. Wright? I can't let this chance pass me by. I should try to talk with her, and maybe get some answers. She dyed her hair. That's definitely her. Your sister Iris, right? Yes? So, when did you come to Hazakura Temple? I don't remember. Ever since I was a small child, the temple has been my home. So you've never left? Well, I don't have any family left to take care of me. Sister Bikini, I've come to think of her as my real mother, as it were. Oh, I see. But didn't you go to college? And maybe enroll in Ivy University Literature Department? No, I never had an interest in going to a big university like that. My training is all the education I need. I see. But once in a while, when I get the chance, I make a trip to the nearby town. I can use a computer and a cell phone too. That's not exactly something worth bragging about. But I don't see any Cyclops. So I guess that means she's not lying? Please don't stare at me like that. What kind of place is this, anyway? I heard it's for training to increase your spiritual power or something like that. It must seem awfully crazy to normal people like you. Well, I have to admit, it's a whole different world up here. I'm glad to hear you say that. Huh? Talking with dead people. Who does it help anyway? I hate it. Really? So then why stay in a place like this? Ah! Is something wrong? I didn't realize it was so late. I have to go and ring the bell for lights out. I guess it's almost 10 o'clock now, huh? Mr. Wright? Yes? If it's alright with you, would you like to have this? I would like you to have this. But this is your hood. It has the power to protect you from evil spirits. Got to think of it. Sister Bikini was wearing one of these too. I pray for your safety on this dark, cold night. I'm sorry, but I must bid you good night. Wait a minute, Sister Iris! Yes? Just now, you called me by my name. You said Mr. Wright. How did you know my name? I never introduced myself to you. That's... Sister Iris, please tell me the truth. You and I, have we ever met before? Whoa. Iris. Oh, it's almost 10 o'clock. Perhaps we can speak again tomorrow. So my hunch was correct. She does know me. I'll have to try to talk with her again tomorrow. What the? That blood-curdling scream came from the courtyard. That scream. I'm sure it came from around here. Ah! Someone's there. On the ground. Missed on him! I just stepped on something soft. Hey, don't step on me like that! What are you doing lying there in the snow? I was passed out. What do you think? So that blood-curdling scream was free. Forget about that. Hurry, I'll call the police. Is there even a phone in the main hall? No, but we still get reception up here in the mountain. You must have a cell phone on you, right? I didn't bring it with you. Oh, you're useless. I mean, even Iris has a cell phone. We've got no choice. You'll have to use the public phone by Dusky Bridge. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Run as fast as you can. Yes, ma'am. If you don't hurry, Iris will... It's farther than I thought. The bridge is just up ahead. I have to go tell Maya what happened, too. Oh, what? Dusky Bridge. It's burning down. What the heck happened here? What are you doing here? What is it? Is it me? Don't scare me like that, Larry. I almost had a heart attack. My name isn't Larry, it's Larice. Larry, hurry up and call the police. I'm going to the Inner Temple. Don't be stupid. The bridge is nothing but a burning wreck right now. Listen to me. There's been a murder. Here, at Hazakura Temple. What? The murderer might have fled across that bridge. I have to make sure Maya is safe. But please, call the police. I've got to go. Get out of my way, Larry. It's dangerous. Nick, wait. Must have been crazy. I knew how dangerous it was, but I still went for it. Ah! Nick! Weakened even more by the fire, the rickety old bridge's plank snapped and gave way. As I was swallowed by the eternal darkness that surrounded me, a final, terrified scream rose up to pierce the frozen air of that harrowing night. Holy shit. It wasn't even really an investigation. Who could that be this time of night? Yes, Edgar speaking. Edgy, get out! It's an emergency! Larry, do you know what time it is? It's not Larry, it's Larice! Larice, don't name! This is nothing more than a terrible nightmare. I'll just roll over and... Wait, don't hang up! It's an emergency! It's Nick! He took a really nasty spill! Well, it wouldn't be the first time, so... I'm not joking! His life is in danger! What? What happened? Tell me! Talk about a guy with bad luck. He may already be dead. Anyway, you've got to come back! You're the only one that can help! My Iris! My beautiful Iris! She needs help! Alright, I don't know what's going on, but I'll be there as soon as I can. I'm at the detention center! Wait! Oh no. Oh no, did he get blamed for it? Oh no, he got blamed for it. Oh no, he's gonna be on the defendant's chair for a second time. It's been 1 year since I left that country. I thought I wouldn't have to see him again for a while. Sounds like it won't be a pretty reunion. As if I expected anything to change. You're late, Edgy! What took you so long? I don't want to hear it. I chartered a private jet to come as quickly as I could. Well, you should have chartered a faster one. Anyway, just listen. Something happened to Miss Elise, and Nick's, Maya, and Iris' bikini. Huh? Say something, Edgy! Before I came here, I stopped by the hospital and paid Wright a visit. I believe I have a better understanding of the situation than you at this point. The murder victim was the picture book author, Miss Elise Dunham. She was found by Wright and the head nun. The suspect is the temple's younger nun. Then later, while Wright was crossing the bridge, it broke and he fell into the river. The hospital says he'll need at least 2 days of bed rest. Yeah, that's right. You got it! But they arrested her! My sweet little Iris! And here I was, convinced he was the one the police were from. Right?! I thought he was gonna be back in the defendant's seat. However, I still don't understand what these two items are for. What are you talking about? They're things Wright gave to me when I was leaving his room. This is the first. He said some nonsense about being able to see into people's hearts with this. And the other... He couldn't possibly be asking what I think he is, could he? I'm begging you, Iris' trial starts tomorrow, with Nick out of the picture. You've all I got left! You're the only one that can represent her. What did you just say? You know, represent, defend! What were you expecting? Why do you think I called you anyway? I'm a prosecutor, Larry. A prosecutor. Do you understand what I'm saying? A prosecutor is a lawyer who... Don't talk to me like a kid! I graduated from junior high, you know. Don't worry about it. Promise I won't tell. But I mean, I heard a paper badge had no problem fooling an entire court before. How could this country's judicial system have fallen into such decay? Please, Edgy, at least listen to her. Listen to Iris' side of the story. That's right, I wasn't joking when you gave me this badge after all. Thank you for coming. My name is Iris. Edgeworth. Miles Edgeworth. Don't know if I could be of any help, but I will at least hear what you have to say about the murder. Mr. Wright, how is he? Mr. Laurie said that he might even die. Fortunately, he'll be fine. You moron, how could you say something like that? He was badly bruised when he hit the water, but otherwise he's unharmed. My goodness. As if you care! God. Yeah, I am starting to question whether or not this is Dahlia or not, but still, like, if it is Dahlia, fuck you! You don't give a shit! But he's caught some kind of nasty cold. A cold? He's running a high fever and is drifting in and out of consciousness. I must be imagining things. This woman. I feel like I've met her before. Pardon me, Iris. I would like to ask you something if you don't mind. I have the distinct feeling you and I have met before. It must be your imagination, Mr. Edgeworth. After all, I hardly ever leave Hazakura Temple. Hazakura Temple? What's that? It's a place where those who wish to boost their spiritual power come to train. You need to undergo some very difficult training to release your inner spiritual power. Spiritual power? Did you go for the temple for that reason as well? No, I don't have any spiritual powers. I don't need them. In that case, what are you doing at that temple then? Hiding? I've committed some sins. Sins I need to pray for. That's why I'm there, and why I continue to train, to purify my soul. I want to ask you about last night. Night of the crime. Alright. I hoped to clean up after dinner, and then went back to my room around 8. Later, I left my room to ring the lights out bell at 10. Bell? We ring it at the same time each night. I see. And then I was told to go to the training hall, but I went back to my room and stayed there. Why didn't you go to the training hall like you were asked to? I was frightened. Frightened? So I just stayed in my room and meditated until the murder happened. There's more to her story. I just know there is. Maybe I should dig just a little deeper. You were asked to go to the training hall on the night of the murder. Yes. However, you didn't go. Because you say you were frightened. What exactly were you so frightened of? What in the world? Is there something wrong? I'm sorry, it's nothing. Looks like she's not aware of them herself. These would be what Wright was talking about. The Cyclops. I believe he said that I need to present this Makatama item to do something. So do you have any idea as to what really occurred last night? I think it was the result of the tremendous spiritual power that was unleashed. Spiritual power? Yes. Spiritual training has been a cause behind a great many tragedies. This incident was just another example. Iris, I'm sorry, but I can't accept that. I'm a man of science. I don't believe in spiritual power. Yes, I understand. Most people don't. And I'm certain that the thing that killed the victim was a human. So please, answer me this simple question. Were you the one who killed Elise Dunin? No. I'm not the one who took her life. Those psychological things aren't appearing. I suppose that means I can believe that she's not lying. What's wrong? I can't believe what I'm thinking. And here I just finished saying that I don't believe in spiritual power. It appears that's about all that you can tell me. Thank you very much for listening to my story. I visited Wright at the hospital before coming here. He asked me to take care of you. Me? Yes, at the trial tomorrow. He asked me to defend you. If Mr. Wright has so much faith in you, Mr. Edgeworth, then I will gladly entrust my fate to your capable hands. But before that, I have one question. Yes? Do you know Wright? Why would you ask that? Whenever you came up in our conversation, he would begin to act a little strange. Mr. Edgeworth, what is Mr. Wright to you? He's a very dear and indispensable friend. It was 5 years ago. That's when I deceived him. You deceived him? I heard that he was in a lot of pain afterwards because of what happened. I know what a weak person I am. That's why I thought it was best if he never saw me again. I wanted him to just forget about me without learning the truth. Well, if you ask me, Wright is still suffering. And until he learns the truth, I don't think he will ever be able to truly recover. Iris, it's not too late. You should go to him. Tell him the truth. This is Dahlia we're talking about here. She killed someone over the truth wanting to be told. I'll defend you, but only if you agree to that one condition. Alright, Mr. Edgeworth. I promise. Very well. I'll do everything in my power to get you an acquittal. That's enough information gathering for now. I should head to the crime scene. Oh, we still have this, but... Who's the woman on the tiny scroll? Well, I don't know the details, but... I've heard she's the master of the Korean channeling technique. Master? Yes, Mystic Misty. She was a great spirit medium. That's what I've heard. I also heard that she went missing over 15 years ago. Spirit mediums? There's no such thing anyway. Mr. Edgeworth? I know all about them. They're nothing but frauds. She doesn't know anything about it, of course. But there was a time 17 years ago when I met the master myself. You were involved in the case that possibly made her disappear? That's called a demon warding hood. I gave that to Mr. Wright last night. He was wearing this when I saw him at the hospital today. It's an important item for protecting acolytes from evil spirits. If it's so important, then why did you give it to him? Last night, I felt something. I felt that something terrible was about to happen. I didn't want Mr. Wright to fall into its grip. Well, he wound up falling into something much deeper and colder. I probably shouldn't say that out loud, though. Thank God for Intermon. Look. It's a literal map of the temple. I was against the idea of our temple appearing in that magazine. I was afraid that this type of tragedy might occur. In that case, why did you allow them to run an article about you? It was Sister Bikini. She's actually really fond of attention. Surprisingly so. Put an "un" in front of that. She certainly does look rather happy in this photo. That's Mystic Elise Dunham. She's a picture book author, or so I've heard. Does she come to Hasakuta Temple often? No, this was her first time. It's just that it ended up being her last. She He was a very important visitor. Is that so? Yes. Sister Bikini told me, be certain not to offend her. The victim is at least still named. The prosecutor's office still doesn't have much information about her, it seems. Alright. Sure is cold, alright. So this is it. Dusky Bridge. Oh wow, it's you, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh! Gumshoe! Detective Gumshoe! All time no see. It's been about a year? Or has it been longer? It doesn't matter, Detective. What does matter is why you're shuffling around up here. Oh, ouch! And there's that sharp lip jab. Oh, I'm happy to see you anyway, Mr. Edgeworth. Let me guess. You were transferred by HR to the local precinct. A wise decision. The vast amount of nothing up here should be quite easy to guard. I heard you were back in the country and arranged to come all the way out here. Everybody was real nice. They even let me take charge of the investigation, sir. Gumshoe indeed. Like gum in your shoe, he's impossible to get rid of. I'm supposed to report on the details of the crime scene, sir. Anyway, here I am, Detective Dick Gumshoe, reporting for duty. Great. Thank you, Detective. I thought Prosecutor Godot was gonna get here before me. That guy's a real mystery, I tell ya. Prosecutor Godot? Sounds like you don't know who he is. So, who's this Prosecutor Godot? I've never heard of him. Yeah, he's a new guy. Showed up after you left the country. He's a complete rookie, but nobody can say a bad word about the guy. What kind of man is he? He just became a prosecutor recently, but he's good, sir. Real good. If he's so good, how is it that I've never heard of him? Is he the lead prosecutor on this case? You bet he is! After all, you know who is right in the middle of it. You know who? Phoenix Wright, of course. For some reason, Godot has really got it in for Mr. Wright. Yeah, he seems to have some kind of a grudge. And what would be the cause of this grudge? Maybe he made fun of his mask or something? None of this is making any sense. I'd better look into Godot myself. I just got back into the country, so I don't really know much about the case. It's simple. Well, simple is as simple does, as they say. Duh, you've got no idea how much I've missed that bitey sarcasm of yours, sir. Seriously, this one's a piece of cake. There's a witness that saw the whole thing. A witness. Yeah, that bikini lady. Bikini lady? Here? On this freezing cold mountain? Well, you should talk to her yourself if you want to get details, sir. I may have to talk to this bikini lady. I mean, decide to witness myself. So this is the bridge that Wright fell through. Yep. Can't imagine being that reckless myself. Look before you cross, is how it goes, right? Or was that loop? And? Is there something on the other side? Yeah, some old building they called the Inner Temple. But we can't get over there without a bridge, sir. What? Nobody lives there, so it's usually not a problem. Someone was at the Inner Temple doing some training, and now they're stuck there. Yes, I heard that from Wright. It's Maya Fey. Oh no, her again? Anyway, the air is real turbulent right now, so we can't do an aerial extraction. No one's gonna be able to reach the Inner Temple until tomorrow, sir. Will she be alright in this cold? So how did this bridge burn down anyway? We're almost 100% sure it was lightning. Lightning. You're telling me that the bridge caught on fire due to a fluke bolt of lightning? Yep. Last night it showed up for the first time in 3 days. It snowed, actually. It's a little unusual for the lightning to occur during a snowfall like that. But according to the weather data, lightning definitely struck. Let's see. This is a very detailed weather report. I'd like to look at it. Eagle Mountain. It all comes back to here. I knew it. Phoenix is a very lucky man to have survived. Snow's occasional lightning strikes. Snow 7 to... Oh, it snowed from 7 to approximately 10:50. And lightning was going on from 10 to... for about an hour, it looks like. Lightning struck the Dusky Bridge at 10:45, around 30 minutes passed before the fire started and going out. So it took a half hour to take it out. To put it out. Almost too detailed. Even it was the exact time that the lightning struck the bridge. Oh, we got the information from the witness's testimony. Someone actually saw the lightning hit the bridge. Who was this witness? Sorry, I'll go ask one of the local cops later, sir. There's a lot we don't know about this victim. We don't know her real name, her background. We don't know anything, really. That's rather odd. If she was trying to hide her identity, why would she become an author? Not bad, it was just one of those things. You know, she probably never expected to get so popular. That could very well be. I feel like I've seen this girl somewhere before. She wasn't from a prior case, was she? Nope, can't be. We did a database search with her fingerprints and came up with nothing. Did she somehow scrub? Fingerprint database. Nothing. Did she have fingerprints? Because I feel like the only way you could do that is if you literally remove your fingerprints. Eevee. I just can't shake this nagging feeling. Well, everyone knows that you're quite popular with the ladies, sir. Maybe she's an old girlfriend that you sent to Dumpsville when you were younger? Detective! Where did you hear such nonsense from? I didn't hear it from anyone. It's just sort of how I imagined you to be, sir. Do I really inspire this sort of frothing desire from the female masses? And male! Like, you wouldn't believe how popular the Wrightworth pairing is. Yo, Eevee, what took you so long? I'm so cold my brain's turned to sherbet. I knew it was a mistake to race back to this country. What do you mean? Wright is going to be fine, and the case itself isn't anything unusual. And I find myself taking a request to defend a woman accused of murder. Hey, wait a sec! Hold it! Objection! What's going on here, Mr. Edgeworth? It's hard to explain, but one thing led to another, and what kind of lame excuse is that? And you call yourself a defense attorney. Prosecutor Edgeworth is a prosecutor, and that's why he's Prosecutor Edgeworth. Prosecutor Edgeworth, defense attorney, just sounds plain old weird, pal. Right, Prosecutor Edgeworth? I'm not sure what role I'm supposed to be playing anymore. Dude, Edgy, I don't see you for a couple of years, and your heart turns to sherbet. I'd say more like sorbet. It is rather cold here. I just didn't murder. Someone else did. I just know it, okay? So trust me on this one. Never the romantic, aren't you, Larry? Nevertheless, I'll do whatever I can to prove her innocence. At least until I pass the baton on to Wright, that is. Man, I'm telling you, Iris is so cute. Right, Edgy? You think so too, don't you? What's wrong? Why are you so quiet? To put it simply, Your comment has me highly concerned. Could it be the reason you think she's... Could it be that the reason you think she's innocent? Come on, a girl that cute can't possibly be a murderer. I was right after all. I should never have come back. No, don't worry. I see things for how they really are this time. Honest. If I had a penny for every time he said that. It's just that, well, Iris is a delicate flower. You can't force things too much. Know what I mean? I have no idea what you're talking about, Larry. Oh. Forget it. I didn't say anything. Larry, where were you and what were you doing on the night of the crime? Larry? What? Don't tell me. You think I might have done it? What? Get lost! Go back to your own charter jet and get out of my sight, you creep! And I hope your plane crashes and you die! I'll ask just one more time. On the night of the murder, where were you and what were you doing? As I suspected, Cyclops. I'm sorry, man. You know me. I just don't remember. My short-term memory's a wreck, dude. Short-term memory, my ass. Alright. Let's see if we can find everything, and I'm sure he's gonna be the easiest one ever. Hey, hello there. So how you feeling? Alright, I suppose. Who is this? My name is Miles Edgeworth. My. A handsome boy such as yourself is always welcome. If circumstances weren't so tragic, I might just... please don't call me boy. I'm sorry to trouble you. But I'm looking for a woman in a bikini. Well, you found her. Now, what can I do for you? I'm sorry, but I don't see any bikinis. If you ask nicely, I might just give you a peek, big boy. Mr. Edgeworth? This is the head nun, Sister Bikini. She's witness. Why didn't you tell me that earlier? This is exactly why your salary keeps on getting cut. My stomach is already growling in protest. So, what's the latest of my beloved Iris? Well, first, I want to hear what you know. First, I'd like to ask you about last night. Well, last night, we had an acolyte here for training. After dinner, the two of us went to the training hall in the inner temple. She must be talking about Maya. Approximately what time was that? I suppose it was about 9 o'clock when we left here. Training lasts all night long. It's extremely exhausting. The channeling dojo's head nun must be in attendance at all times to keep watch. Wow, right! That does sound exhausting. Detective, this is no time for flattery. Sorry. Sometime around 11, you witnessed the incident in the courtyard. But your duty was in the inner temple. Why did you come back here? The way you're staring at me, I'm starting to get goosebumps. I'm starting to get goosebumps myself, but for a decidedly different reason. You get the chills pretty easily, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth? As the head nun, it's your duty to stay with the acolyte at all times, correct? Yes, that's correct. I know I may look strong, but the truth is, I've got a bad lower back.
A bad lower back?
Yes, it's especially bad in the winter. So bad that I can't even lift a bucket. Do you remember how cold it was last night? My bad back felt as stiff as frozen glass. I just wanted to take a nice hot bath to ease my aching back. That's why I returned to the main hall.
So you left the disciple all alone?
That'd be ridiculous. I would never do that. That's why I ordered Iris to the inner temple after she had rung the bell for lights out.
Yes, but she never went to the inner temple, did she? So did this head nun actually see Iris there? I think I better try to get some more details. Alright then. I'd like you to tell me exactly what you saw in the courtyard.
It must have been past 11. I can't say it. It's too much for my bar heart.
Hey, calm down, lady. Let go of my tie.
I saw two people. One of them was lying on the ground. The other one was stabbing her from the back with a sword.
Did you see this criminal? With your own eyes?
I didn't want to believe what I was seeing. But it was Iris.
You must have been quite shocked. Of course you was. Try putting yourself in her shoes. I'd like to see if you were stabbing Mr. Wright smack in the middle of a courtroom. It'd be like if you were smack. And I happen to witness it from the witness stand. I'd be pretty shocked too.
I know it sounds insane, but that's what I saw. And when I finally realized what I was seeing, I screamed. And then I passed out.
Unfortunately for us, her testimony seems to be pretty solid.
However, the idea of Iris doing such foul acts seems unnatural.
Not if you know who she is. Who she really is.
Well, okay. Actually, maybe it's like that's...
Although, like, if you're, like, in the heat of the moment and you're a murderer, take what you can get. Not everything can be poison and electric shocks. Unnatural.
The girl I know simply isn't capable of this sort of foulness.
I wonder what she means by that. So who was this acolyte that was to train at the inner temple?
Her name is Maya Fey. I treated her very badly, I'm ashamed to say. And after she went through the trouble of signing up for the special course.
Special course?
It's a training session where you sit on a block of spirit ice and chant 30,000 times.
You don't mean to tell me she's still doing that over at the inner temple, do you?
No, of course not. You don't have to worry about that one little bit. Last night, we still hadn't started the training session itself.
Well, that's good to hear.
Oh, dear. There's one thing I forgot to tell you.
Uh-oh. I don't think I like the sound of this.
Do you know that small girl? I believe she's Mystic Maya's little sister.
Maya has a little sister? Oh, you mean Little Pearl? That's Maya Faye's cousin. Little Pearl?
I thought she was going to visit Mystic Aziz after we'd finished with dinner cleanup. But I haven't seen her at all since late last night. She's nowhere to be found.
You mean she was with the victim?
It's all the fault of my stupid, tricky old back.
The little girl who was with the victim on the night of the murder is gone. As they say, the plot thickens.
Well, look what you found. That's the master of the Korean channeling technique, Mystic Misty Faye.
Faye.
It's been nearly 20 years since Mystic Misty's disappearance. Apparently, she intended to pass on the master title to her daughter.
Who's his daughter?
Well, I myself am part of a branch family of the Faye clan. But even I'm not privy to the information concerning the main family. Well, as a demon warding hood. Acolytes are highly susceptible to possession by evil spirits, you know. That's why we always wear these for protection.
Oh, I see.
What are you waiting for? You won't get any protection just by holding it, you know. Put it on already.
No, I can't. I was just... It's like it was made just for you, Mr. Edgeworth.
What do you mean by that, detective?
It looks absolutely marvelous. You've just got to keep it on for a while.
Is this some sort of divine retribution? About this here. About this picture.
Well, look at that. I look pretty S to the XC, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
Up until recently, we avoided exposure in such magazines. But this time we had our reasons.
So,
For example, well, why deny the world the sight of such a lovely face? How could such a terrible thing have happened? It's all my fault.
well, come on, lady. I don't think you need to take all the blame for your...
Quiet! And what do you know anyway?
Ouch, you're scary.
With that stupid 5 o'clock shadow and that stupid old coat of yours. It's too bad you weren't the one that disappeared.
Why does she have to take it all out on me?
Her anger does seem a little... manufactured.
Oh, the court. I don't see Larry anywhere. Maybe we scared the poor kid away. His heart was shut tight with the number of Cyclops. Guess I'll have to look for him now. What a thorn in my side. I mean, where could he go? Unless he ran down the frickin' mountain path. And this is where the murder took place, sir. Only removing the body, we left everything else untouched. Thanks, detective. I'll just have a look around. Looks like the police are still investigating. Oh yeah, by the way, I thought I'd better ask, just to be sure. Are you really gonna defend that nun Iris at the trial tomorrow? Yes, I will. I gave him my word and now I must follow through with my commitment. Well, in that case, I've got to be careful. Gotta make sure I don't leak the prosecution's whole investigation. Don't worry about it, detective. Just keep your mouth closed and I think most of it will flow out of its own. You got it, sir! I'll make sure it flows out like water from a tap. Yes, you do that, detective. Just how much has your runny spout leaked over the years? The victim is the famous picture book author, Miss Elise Dunham. Her entire past, until she won that writing award last year, is a total mystery. It's hard to believe in this day and age you can still find people like that. The estimated time of death of the victim was between 10 and 11 p.m. on February 7th. The cause of death was blood loss resulting from a stab to the back by the murder weapon. The murder weapon. The victim was found secured with a giant sword, sir. That's terrible. Yeah, but there's one strange thing. Yes? The victim's entire body was covered in bruises. The bruises are consistent with falling from the height of a 2-story building. A 2-story building? So that would be about the same height as that room in front of us, correct? Hey, you're right. Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth. That just happens to be the room that Elise Dunham was staying in. Maybe she was pushed out of the window after she was stabbed by the sword? Now then, detective. Let's see if we can summarize what we've learned so far. Okay, let's take a look at the map. According to the testimony of Sister Bikini, the head nun, right after they'd finished dinner, she and Maya Fey headed to the inner temple.
10 p.m. after ringing the bell for lights out, Iris went to the inner temple. When she got there, Bikini had her take over while she went back to Hazakura Temple. After taking a hot bath to soothe her back, Sister Bikini witnessed the murder in the courtyard. If you want more details, you should ask Bikini herself in the main hall. The inner temple, huh? I'd like some more information about that place. What is this inner temple that Maya was supposedly training at? According to Bikini, it's an old building they use for training acolytes. It's on the other side of the Disky Bridge. Bridge that burned down, huh? Is there anything else on the other side of that bridge besides the inner temple? Nope, nothing. Nothing. The other side is surrounded by cliffs on all sides. In a way, it's kind of like a little island out there. So the only thing there is the inner temple. I hear it's not the kind of place a person could survive in. Please be alright, Maya. The trial begins tomorrow, but who's the prosecutor? I'm pretty sure it's that good old guy, but no way to get a hold of him, so they're looking for a replacement. What do you mean? It's really weird. All of a sudden, no one can reach him. I wonder if the rumors are true. Maybe since Mr. Wright caught a cold and won't be defending, he just lost interest. I intend to appear in court in the role of defense attorney. However, I would be quite unhappy if it came out that I am actually a prosecutor. Yeah, I can see why, but I'm not the one you have to worry about. I think the real problem is going to be that judge. Yes, he certainly would remember my face even after such a long absence. That's why I requested that another judge preside over the trial tomorrow. We've only met each other once. There's a good chance he won't remember me at all. The Canadian one? Yeah, but what about the prosecutor? Everyone in the prosecutor's office must know you. Wouldn't it be a problem if someone there made a big stinkster? There's no need to worry. I'm bold of you strains and arranged for a prosecutor of my own choosing. Wow, Mr. Edgeworth. I had no idea you had such a powerful string to pull. Alright. So the sword from this gold statue is actually the murder weapon. Sure is. It's called Shichishito, by the way. That's a piece of work. Sir. There's still blood on it. I suppose this is the victim's blood. Yep, it's all over the blade. And speaking of all over the blade, there are fingerprints all over the hilt of the Shichishito too. Fingerprints. Naturally, they match the prints we got from the young nun, the defendant. Her fingerprints are on the murder weapon? This wouldn't be the first time, Edgy. What's wrong? You look really solemn. Is this how it is for Wright? Is this what it's like to be a defense attorney? Yeah, I figure it doesn't really feel good. To be honest, it feels more like it's detrimental to your health. What's this? It looks like a wizard's staff. The amethyst is missing. Still obsessing over the shiny little gems, are we, Dahlia? That belonged to the victim, Mr. Leaston. There's nothing strange or magical about it. Oh yeah, listen. This is just between us, okay, sir? Yes? What? This is top secret stuff. Don't tell anyone about this. Alright. The truth is, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a wizard. No, I can see that. That's it? That's what you wanted to tell me. That's it! The staff was made from a very strong kind of wood. What about the fingerprints? Were there any on it? Just the victims. The main game must be just over that stone wall. Ah, stone walls. I jumped over a few of those in my time. Most of them are good memories, but not all. Detective, perhaps someone should introduce you to the concept of paucity of words. I just love skiing. Really? You don't, seem like the type. Well, what about sleds? Sleds? Nah. They're a little too kiddie, you know? Messes with my hard-boiled image. That's what sleds was there, Edgeworth? Is the world starting to go mad? No. No. This is just normal gumshoe. This is just gumshoe edgy. Ow. My stomach. That was a rough one. It's a lantern. I suppose they light it at night. There's something elegant about the light of a fire. At the end of each month, I always like to relax in my room by candlelight. Detective, can you not afford to pay your electricity bill? How'd you know? The main hall of Hazakura Temple's above us here. Hey, you're right! But I'm pretty sure the main hall didn't have a second floor. Hazakura Temple was built on a steep part of the mountain. The front and back of the main hall were on different levels. Oh, that makes sense. But wouldn't it be easier to just build the place slanted, sir? I fail to see how he can consider that even to be a remotely good idea. Okay, let's move back to the main hall. See what we can get out of her about these. Yeah, nothing? Nothing. Oh, it's a wormed cat box! But where are the cats? It's called hibachi. It's for heating the room. Oh, look at all these ancient straw frisbees! Those are a type of zabuton cushion called enza. Why are you giving me such a hard time? Mr. Edgeworth? Why? Because learning something new might actually be a good thing for you, Detective. It's an altar with a giant Magatama enshrined on it. There are lots of candles lined up on it, too. You know, I haven't had a birthday party for myself in a while. Maybe you should blow out those candles over there to make up for that. Mr. Edgeworth, would you mind singing happy birthday to me? Stop that! Cut that out! Please don't blow out the altar candles! What's this? There are Enza cushions in the corner of the room. What's that white piece of paper sticking up from under the stack? It's me. Would you mind checking that for me, Detective Gumshoe? Yes, sir! Here you are, Mr. Edgeworth. It looks like an old manila envelope. Yeah! What is it, Detective? This could be it! An ultra-important clue! A super special clue! I suppose I should read it myself, then. Looks like a letter addressed to Sister Iris. Tonight at 10 at Heavenly Hall. Unless you want your secret to be exposed. This sounds like a blackmail letter. Let's go in there, Mr. Edgeworth. I can't ever find clues like that. You're not an important prosecutor! A super-duper prosecutor! Well, I suppose it takes a super-duper kind of dumb to miss a clue like this. That thing sure casts a strong presence over the whole room. This is the Lesser Magatama. It's a precious heirloom containing a great many souls. This is the Lesser? What is the greater one like? The greater Magatama is displayed in the main room of the Fey Manor. It was supposed to be shown at the Church of Crane exhibit. But it was so large they couldn't bring it through the doors. Okay. There's flowing script written everywhere on the walls. Man, I bet you'd have awful nightmares if you tried to sleep in here. This is our main hall, so it's protected by a variety of magic spells and charms.
Designed to prevent evil forces from entering. So if I slept here and the Oogie Woogie Boogeyman... Bleh. The Oogie Woogie Boogeyman wouldn't nerve me down for eternity. Alright! Does this guy think about anything other than eating and sleeping? I suppose this type of thing is necessary up here in the mountains. Say, this is gonna be a great idea! Something tells me he's going to tell me what's on his mind, whether I like it or not. I've got an idea for a brand new invention! Might even make me rich! An invention? Yeah! A car that can travel on snow! I call it a snow car! So what do you think, sir? Would you go for a ride on something like that? Only after you take the first 1,000 test rides. I can see a small bell tower from here. Hey, this just reminded me. There's something I've always wondered about. Something tells me he's going to tell me what's on his mind, whether I like it or not. We call a person who tells a lie a liar, right? So why don't we call a person who rings a bell a beller? Or a truer for a guy who tells the truth? Oh man, I'm not gonna get any sleep tonight. I had no idea he was such a deep thinker. The gate looks quite old, strong enough to resist the weight of time. That's the Mr. Edwards I know! You got a flair for words, sir! I have always appreciated this kind of old timeless elegance. That's exactly how I feel too. Take this coat for example. Like fine wine, it gets better with age. Even if fine wine turns to vinegar and begins to stink at some point. I suggest you wash that atrocious rag you call a coat, detective. Well, he still ain't here. Hey, it's a mobile phone. You don't see a lot of these anymore. That's true. Since we got one here, why don't we take a photo as a memento? Well, sure, why not? Oh, darn, I don't have a camera with me. I'm gonna go buy a disposable camera. I'll be right back, sir! What's so special about Pope with phones and why is he so fascinated by them? Some others are mounted engraved into a roughly cut boulder. Dusky Bridge. Certainly is an appropriate name. You need to get some glasses, Mr. Edgeworth. That sign says Dusty Bridge. I can see how you read it wrong, though, sir. You're the one who needs glasses, detective. Try reading it one more time. Oh, you're right. It's Dusky Bridge after all. I guess whoever wrote this made a mistake. So this is the bridge Wright tried to cross. Pretty reckless, if you ask me. I'm amazed he survived the fall from up here. Yeah, he's one lucky guy, sir. Now I see how he manages to win his cases in court. Blind luck. I think dumb luck suits Wright just a bit better. There's a little shack down that way called Heavenly Hall. A shack. It's like a run-down doghouse for losers that can't bear the freezing drafts of the wind. Kinda reminds me of my apartment, sir. The name Heavenly Hall makes it sound like a palace. Giving a hovel a great name is a crime in itself. I'd call it false advertising. By the way, the name of my apartment complex is Compton Castles. That's not such a great name, if you ask me. Oh, it's not such a great apartment either, sir. Mr. Edgeworth! I came back because I need to ask you a few more questions, if you don't mind. But I've already told you everything that Iris, please remember. I'm on your side. You can tell me anything. Yes, thank you. Okay, we still need to take care of this and got a question about the inner temple. However, I will end the episode here. We'll continue to the next episode. Till then, I'm signing off. Bye-bye.